Hello viewers, I welcome you in my channel lecture series on labor laws first. Viewers, in this lecture we are going to discuss what are the different kinds of strike. In previous lecture we have discussed what is the concept of strike and what are the essentials of strike. And now we are going to discuss what are the kinds of strike. Literally, there is no strict statutory provision which stipulates different kinds of strike. So there is no legal provision recognizing the different kinds of strike. But on the basis of extent of withdrawal of work or services by workers, a strike can be categorized in following categories. We'll discuss all these kinds. Friends, the first kind of strike is general strike. We know what is the concept of strike in general. We can see such strike adopted everywhere to show the dissent in general. In this strike, most of workers of industry goes on a strike. The workers stops the work collectively. The object of such strike is to pressurize the employer. The workers may remain absent from the work, or they may be present at workplace but they do not perform the work. There is total stoppage of work by workers on strike. Then the second type of strike is hunger strike. As the name of this strike suggests, the workers go on a fast. This is the addition to general strike. There is a total stoppage of work by workers. In addition to this, some of the workers go on a fasting till their demands are fulfilled or accepted by employer. This is very dangerous strike. In certain circumstances, it may affect the health of workers on fast, or in some instances the workers may meet with the death. So it easily attracts the attention of society, government, and they may compel employer to recognize the voice of workers on strike. Next kind of strike is go slow. This is not the legal form of strike. As the name itself suggests, there is no total stoppage of work, or there is no refusal to accept the employment, but the workers just slow down the pace or the speed of production deliberately. Therefore, because of the slow speed of work, such strike is called as a go slow strike. Such strike results in less production than the regular speed. It results in economic loss to employer. It results in inappropriate utilization of sources of industry, including power, raw material, etc. The delaying and reducing the output, and the worker further remains on work. The workers are entitled to wages also. This causes huge loss to employer. It is more dangerous than total cessation of work. So this is the kind of strike where workers deliberately cause loss to employer. Then next strike is sympathetic strike. Sympathetic strike is declared or the commenced by workers to show the sympathy with workers on a strike, whether in a same industry or in other industry. This strike in this strike, workers show sympathy to workers already on a strike. Therefore, this strike is called as a sympathetic strike. In such a strike, the workers go on a strike to impose more pressure on government, society, and employer to recognize their demands, etc. This strike provides a support, moral support to workers on a strike. In this strike, the workers may not be suffering from any injustice from their own employer, but they still go on a strike to show sympathy to those workers who are fighting against the employer, against injustice caused by their employer. Next kind is sit down, pin down, or tool down strike. Though these are different names, but the activities are similar in such strike. In sit down strike, the workers just stay there, they do not work. In pin down strike, this is the strike generally adopted by clerical class of workers. And in tool down strike, the workers do not use the tools which are necessarily to be used for effective working. So in all of this strike, the workers do not absent themselves from the place of work, but they remain present at workplace. They keep control on production facilities and do not work. The workers remain present but refuse to work, and they also refuse to leave also. And as they are present at workplace, they are entitled to wages. This is also more harmful strike for employer. It causes loss of time, loss of resources, as well as it causes economic loss to employer as he have to pay wages to employees. Then next strike is seek out strike. This is the strike that is related to leave resulting out of sickness. In such a strike or seek out strike, All the workers used to go on a sick out leave without actual sickness. It causes sudden loss to employer because he cannot manage such event. It results into inconvenience to employer. Therefore, such strike is called as a seek out strike. The workers go on a medical leave without informing employer, and they go on sickness leave without sickness. Next kind is gherav. This is the word which suggests a ring made by a human being around the person concerned. So gherav is nothing but an action taken by workers. The workers restrict the employer to leave the place of employment, or they bring the restrictions on employer's movement. The persons concerned or the workers put a ring made of human being around the employer. This is illegal act according to law. So this is a kind of act which is adopted to pressurize the employer. And last kind of strike is picketing. Picketing is nothing but not allowing the workers to report the work by deputing some men at gate. In a strike, all the workers may not be on a strike. Some of workers may not be involved in a strike and they are still ready to join the work. They are agreed to work during the period. But the workers on a they depute some person at the gate and they do not allow those workers to join or to attend the work. When the picketing does not involve the violence, it is legal. But if it involves violence, then it is illegal. Such a strike is adopted. Such strike is adopted to bring pressure on government and to attract the notice of government, society, etc. So friends, these are the different kinds of strike. Thank you for watching me. If you like this lecture, please share it with your friends, and if you like this channel, please subscribe it. Thank you friends.